Today on How2Digital, I'm going to teach you how to be a spy. How to spy on everybody else in the areas you're working in so you can learn more from the web. I find the web to be fascinating. I find it fascinating because I never have to think, how do I find something out? Because all the companies that I compete with or I'm negotiating with put out way too much information on the web. So today we're going to have fun, back to the social listening we're doing, to figure out how to listen to your competition. How do you figure out what other people are doing on the web? Now, as some of you may know who've been watching my shows for a while, I'm a musician. I tend to sing and do a bunch of other things. So I actually have a class over at UCLA where I teach music students how to spy on other musicians. I'm going to use a music example today, but you can do this for a company you compete with, an author that you love that you want to build a business to be just like, a company that you're looking to go get a job at. I'm going to show you the same skills today on how to spy on that organization to find out what they're doing online and all the things they're up to. I'm going to start up with a company, actually a group we've had on a show here, one called Trout Fishing in America. So I am going to initially go to a Google search for Trout Fishing in America and find that they are troutmusic.com. Right? And I'm going to use traditional pen and paper here and write down Trout Music, because that one's not all that easy to remember, because I'm going to need that again in a few minutes. Now I can cut and paste it too. But I'm going to go to Trout Fishing in America, and it used to be that if I wanted to know something about an organization, I can go to its gorgeous website here, and they've got a picture and everything else, and I can see where they've been, information about themselves. They've got past touring information. It might be that I have a competitor in a different business and they come back and will tell me all their client names, all their locations, every place their management has spoken. In their jobs place, they'll show jobs they're hiring so you know what type of business they're going into. We could go on that. We will in a future show. We're going to keep it simpler for today. Here with Trout Fishing in America, I can see every theater that they're planning to perform a concert in, and those are people I could use for information for me as a musician. Same thing, you can do very similar things, just taking the website apart and finding that out on your competitors. But wait, there's more. I'm going to tell you about two sites. One of them is Quantcast and one of them is Compete. So I can go to Compete here and I can type in that same thing. So we had Trout, Troutmusic, Trout Music. And I can go to compete.com here and it will pull up what their website views have been everywhere they have been. So I can actually see month to month to month, a graphic that tells me that they have on average 2,000 people coming to their website, and that it's gone up and down for quite a bit of time. Well, that tells me one thing. That's usually US numbers, and I can get a second one that's Quantcast.com. Type in the exact same thing, troutmusic.com. I have no memory. I, of course, have to look at that over and over again. And that will pull up a second set of numbers. Now, you may, they're saying it's too small even to see. So you may be thinking, how do they know this? How do they know what is happening? They do panels to see of a group of people, the websites they go to, and extrapolate that more broadly. But they have detailed records of how many people search the web. And depending on the website, they can actually tell you the demographic, the geography, etc. How else can I take a look at this? Well, for a musician, I can go to Next Big Sound and type the same thing, troutmusic.com. And it will actually tell me, tells me no music because it's looking for me to type in the full name. And it will tell me for a musician, every single Last.fm, MySpace, YouTube play that has happened with this group, going week to week to week. Now, this is just for music, but there are other tools that are for all sorts of industries. We'll be covering that on another episode of How2Digital. But this is just a start on how you can spy on your competitors and figure out what they're doing that you should be doing. So I'm going to take a look at a little bit more spying, and we'll take a look at this more in a future How to Digital show. Let me see where else I find them.